Welcome everyone. Once again, we continue chapter 2 of Geography Land, Soil, Water, Nature, Vegetation, and Wildlife Resources. So, let's continue from where I stopped in the last class. So, today's topic starts with the topic water. Water is a vital, renewable natural resource. That means it will never come to an end. It will be always available in the surface of the earth. If we divide the total part of the earth into four parts, then three part is covered with water. Earth is also known as water planet. For example, if you go in space and if you see earth from the space, then you will find that it looks blue in color. The color is blue because of the presence of water on the earth, and the water which is also present in the earth also is not fit for use. Only 22.7% of the water is fit for use, and out of this 2.7% also 70% of the water occurs as ice sheets and glaciers. Glaciers are the moving ice or snow in the Antarctica, Greenland, and mountainous region. Due to their location, they are inaccessible. Inaccessible means we cannot reach these places because very much ice is there. Only 1% of fresh water is available and fit for human use. It is found as groundwater, as surface water. Surface water means the water which comes down as rain in rivers and lakes, and as water vapor in atmosphere. Fresh water therefore is the most precious substance on the earth. Water is neither added nor subtracted. That means whatever water is on the earth, we get it in the form of rain. And when there is sun, because of the sun rays, it goes again back in the atmosphere as water vapor. Now, do you know in 1975 the consumption of water for human use was 3,850 cubic kilometer per year, is soared to more than 6,000 cubic kilometer per year in the year 2000. That means the water level is decreasing. A dripping tap wastes 1,200 liters of water in a year. So in the field you are using this dripping tap which wastes lot of water. Now one activity, an average urban means the person who lives in city. Indian uses about 150 liters of water every day. So there is a use for water given here. For drinking 3 liters, cooking 4 liters, bathing 20 liters, flushing 40 liters, washing clothes 40 liters, washing utensils 20 liters, gardening 23 liters. So on an average 150 liters of water is consumed by an Indian who lives in the town. Now again, do you know, have you ever heard about a water market? Amreli city in Saurashtra region with a population of 1.25 lakh is completely dependent on purchasing water from nearby talukas. That means water is sold there. No water is there for free use. Problem of water availability. There is scarcity. Scarcity means less of water in many regions of the world. Most of Africa, West Asia, South Asia, part of Western USA, Northwest Mexico, parts of South America, and entire Australia are facing shortage of water supply. And there are climatic factors also which results in scarcity of water. Now, how to preserve water, protect water, conservation of water resources. Access to clean and adequate water sources is a major problem facing the world today. Steps have taken to conserve this dwindling resource. Dwindling means coming to an end. Even though water is a renewable resource, its overuse and population makes it unfit for use. Now, how you make the water dirty? Discharge of untreated or partially treated sewage. So, when you are putting some dirt in the water, agricultural chemical, when you are putting agricultural chemicals, and industrial effluent means waste in water bodies are major contaminants. Contaminants means pollutants. They pollute water with nitrates, metals, and pesticides. Because of this, water gets polluted. Most of these chemicals are non-biodegradable. They do not mix with soil easily. They reach human bodies through water. Water pollution can be controlled by treating this effluent waste by releasing them in water bodies. Forest and other vegetation cover slow the surface runoff. Surface runoff, the water which comes down in the form of rain. And replenishment get back. Underground water. Water harvesting. You are digging some places to collect water, that is known as water harvesting, is another method to save surface runoff. The canals used for irrigating fields should be properly linked to minimize losses by water seepage. Sprinklers are used in fields for water, for pouring water there, to irrigate the area by checking water losses through seepage and evaporation. In dry regions with high rates of evaporation, drip or trickle irrigation is very useful. The valuable water resource can therefore be conserved by adopting these measures of irrigation. So we come to the end of this session. We will continue in the next class.